Hey, good morning, everybody. It's great to be back with you with another morning briefing from Friedman Adventures. Boy, if you missed last night's live show, go back and watch it today. Darren Dohe. Wow, he was a fantastic guest. We covered so much. We talked about old times at the Fred Hall show, but principally it was about rod building. And I even want to do it after listening to Darren and his enthusiasm. He's a great guest and a wonderful guy, and you're going to love it. And we also had a surprise visit. A couple of guys, Brian Burrell from the Monte Carlo came in and said hello, the great deckhand on board there. He was jumping on board the Pride to go catch some of those sea bass and yellows and halibut that the Pride's been hammering and doing such a great job out there out of 22nd Street Landing. A passenger, Matt Slurf, came in and talked about his trip that day. So it was a fun-filled show with lots of information, and I am so glad you were able to join us. On the horizon, we've got Carl Olson, a longtime angler. That podcast is going to be great. We'll put that together for you here today and probably have it for you tomorrow. And Carl talks about a friend of his passing away on a long-range trip and what that was like. He also goes back in time and talks about working on the boats as a 12-year-old. And there's so much more. You're going to love that one, and it's coming up very, very soon. And of course, Chef Jason. Chef Jason will show you how to prepare a whole fish. He's going to take that yellowfin croaker that nearly stole my rod and reel. Little devil, it's going to serve you right. Chef Jason's going to cook you now. And he's going to show you how to do whole fish. So much on the horizon. All right, let's get into the fishing for today. Remind you all to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And thanking you for the soaring statistics. Really, really appreciate it. Down in Loreto, Andrew Deal is down there, and they continue to hammer away at the yellows down there in the deep water around Isla Coronado. Once again, if you've never gone to Loreto, it has that sense of a small Mexican town and just a wonderful cultural experience, along with some darn good fishing. Yellowtail fishing during this time of the year. They'll get billfish and dorado and everything else in there here in the coming months. Nice going down there. Andrew and Phil Deal, they are having an absolute ball. The San Diego Bluefin tuna bite, maybe just a little bit more hit and miss, but not really. So if you're fishing on the day and a half trips, the overnight trips, for the most part, it's still limit style fishing. I do see some misses, however, but it's been really good. Polaris Supreme on a 3-day fish, 144 BFT, a lot of 40 to 80 pound stuff for the boys down there, and also seeing some fish up over the 100-pound mark, and then once in a while 25 to 40 pound fish mixed in there. Those flat falls, all the jigs are working well. In fact, we talked about this last night. The old school jigs still work pretty darn good. Tatty 9, Salis, 6X Juniors, Chrome and Blue are going to work really good. But the smaller jigs right now, in terms of those knife jigs and everything else, like the 100 to 250 gram lures seem to be working best of all. Still catching some fish on the heavier lures. Good nighttime fishing, good daytime fishing. When you switch over and start fishing bait, you're definitely going to want to try sinker rigs at times. That has been super effective down there. But if you're fly lining a bait, guys see the fish boiling around, you're going to go fluorocarbon, and you're going to go 30 to 40 pound, unless you can get away with heavier. On the sinker rig, you can get away with 60 pound for the most part, and you're going to need it on most of these fish. They are nice, big bluefin tuna. Still blessed to have that bite going on. 1 day range, that has become, and I'm talking about boats leaving at 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., it's just a little bit more up and down. We're early in the season. Those fish still moving up the Baja coast. I know they're going to find them elsewhere, but for right now, a little bit more hit and miss. San Diego had 4 bluefin and a yellowtail. Grande had a pretty good day. Again, doing everything right, and that means fluorocarbon. Of course, we love Opsin, www.opsinusa.com. Put FA in at checkout, and Greg will write you a nice, lovely note. I like making lots of work for Greg. So, still pretty good fishing, no question. Not pretty good. Here I go again. Damn good fishing out of San Diego. A couple of misses here and there for the most part. Great limit style fishing on nice grade bluefin tuna. Hopefully that is going to continue. A few sea bass and yellows and halibut for the local guys. Coronado Islands, same situation. Seeing some yellows out there, but nothing to write home about. Talking to Sean Hardigan, who runs the Mission Bell out of beautiful Point Loma Sport Fishing, and Sean said that conditions seem to be getting better, but those yellows still not cooperating that much, so we'll keep our eyes on that for you very, very closely. All right, so the Pride yesterday had great fishing, no question about how good it is. They're not talking about where they're fishing, so I'm not even going to guess. Irrelevant to me right now. So they had great fishing with seabass and yellowtail, and they've had some spectacular halibut fishing, up over 20 fish yesterday. Matt Schlurf said reverse dropper loop, yo-yo iron, all of that came into play. They saw a lot of yellows over wherever the heck they were. They also caught copious amounts of halibut. It's obvious they're fishing around some squid nests, and it has been really great fishing. The Pride, I know Brandon Cassar, he's going to be on a day-and-a-half trip, and that should be a lot of fun. Good luck, Brandon. Get him for us. And he's also going to be on our first trip on board the Pride, which departs on July the 6th. 2 openings left on that one. Only 2 more openings. So that is going to be a great trip. I know that for sure. So what we have to talk about right now, unfortunately, is wind. And this weekend, it's going to get nasty again in a variety of areas, including like San Clemente, Catalina. By you get into Sunday and Monday, and it's going to be awful. Channel Islands, same thing. We have a window right now, however. So the guys that are out right now have a good shot and maybe another day or so of this nice weather break. This wind has been a A1 pain in the you-know-what, and it's continuing to cause problems. So once again, by the weekend, it's going to start getting breezy. By Sunday, Monday, it's going to be really tough weather for a while. Again, it's going to blow up big time. Hopefully, we'll see some good catches here today and tomorrow, and I think you will. Thunderbird is out of Davies Lock in Newport Beach, and who better than Jeff Markland to get on this bite? Capable fisherman, funny guy. Got to get him on the podcast here again really soon. I probably waited too long. He'll be running full speed, but that's the one benefit I can say with this win. Maybe we can get Jeff and Jessup back on. That was a great show. We'll do our best. And Chef Jason. I mentioned Chef Jason preparing fish for you in a podcast coming up. He's out with Markland today. So he's going to shoot some photos and video if he can find the time. He loves to fish, and that's why he's part of Friedman Adventures. So we'll be keeping our eyes on those situations and watching it all very, very closely. For you, Catalina Island, there's been an occasional yellowtail. The situation over there has been deteriorating conditions due to that last blow. We're going to get more wind here this weekend. Sunday, it looks like it's going to be very breezy in that neck of the woods. And what happens is you get the subsequent drop in water temperature. Fish don't like that. The water gets a little off color. Fish don't like that. They don't feed as well. So we'll keep our eyes on it. Hopefully they'll come through with some good catches here today, because we do have that beautiful little window of opportunity, and things could really get going for the next couple of days. We'll keep our eyes on it. Rockfish, whitefish, all that kind of stuff, still biting. Channel Islands. My prediction is you're going to see some sea bass today, because they do have a nice window in the sea bass zone. And it's really been a question of the weather. It seems like every time we get a weather break up there, we get some big white sea bass, and lots of them. Most of the time, limits, which is 1 per rod right now. So I think you might see that here today. And then tomorrow morning, again, a window. Afternoon starts to get breezy. And then it really goes to spit after that for a few days. God darn it. I mean, there are so many nice big sea bass pushing up into the high 60-pound mark. All you got to do is look at Tucker up there, Ventura Sport Fishing, 805-676-3474. If you want to get on one of the local boats up there, like the Island Spirit or the California. But Tucker's been doing well. Sean Stewart, other guys up there with those big sea bass, but they have been cursed by the wind. It's been a pain in the neck. And right now we've got this window of opportunity. Hopefully they're going to bite. You know, in the Channel Islands, many times, Oscar Ochoa, that great angler up there, he points this out. They fish sea bass entirely differently. They fish it like we fish breezing schools of yellows or breezing schools of tuna. I mean, run and gun type of fishing. They'll run up, hit a sonar mark. I mean, Oscar was on the bow of the Endeavor about 10 days ago, and he literally saw a big bunch of white sea bass cruising along the surface. And of course, Tucker got up there and got on it, and they got some baits in the water, and the boat was bit. It's really fun fishing up there, and the grade of fish is magnificent. Other times, yeah, you're in the deeper water with a dropper loop and with the wind and current, 8, 10, 12 ounces has been necessary. And of course, rock fishing up there is prolific, but you got to have some weather on your side, and that has been the biggest problem. We'll keep our eyes on it. Hopefully it's going to bite here today. I think you got a very good opportunity. Surf fishing picking up. We're coming off grunion run now, so halibut in the surf is a definite possibility. All that grunion on the beach has brought all kinds of fish in also, so that's a very good opportunity to throw lucky crabs, chrome crocodiles, even those little Castmasters, or fishing with grunion. However, it has been observation only, so if you're fishing with grunion, it's grunion you have to have from last year, like I still have a bunch of frozen, and it's been very effective fishing the grunion, fishing the sandworms. I've switched over to bait here recently because I want to get a bite. So there's been some good spot fin croaker fishing, more yellowfin croaker moving in. The water's cooler than it was last year, so I think the season's a little bit behind. It should get rolling here, and I'm looking for really a good June, July, and the fall should be fantastic. It looks good in the surf from below the border to all the way up. And I'm going to get down and fish Playa Saldemano, which is just short of Ensenada here very, very soon, and try some new techniques that I'll share with you later on. But that should be a lot of fun. All right, some great Friedman Adventures events on the horizon. They're free, and you should attend, and we're combining with so many great people like Jeff Yeomans at the 540 Slingers Club. You want to know how to throw the iron. You want to learn how to cast for distance and accuracy. May the 15th is a Sunday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. We'll be at Recreation Park at the Casting Pond in Long Beach, right off 7th Street. Recreation Park, Casting Pond, 7th Street in Long Beach, 8 to 11 in the morning. Jeff and all the guys from 540 will be there. Sam De La Torre from, of course, Island Fishing Tackle in beautiful Carson, California. He's going to have all his guys there. There'll be instructors to help you if you're a beginner, novice, perfect. If you're an intermediate or a pro, come on out. Pros, you guys can help these new guys learn the fine art of throwing the iron. I think that would be great. And pros, we're going to have a jig casting for distance to see who the king is on this very special day. At the end of it all, we go to the after party at 11:30 in the morning. We'll jump over to Scholb's with Chef Jason. That's going to be a lot of fun. You can grab a Dodger dog, some chicken wings, a plate of fish, cold beer, a cup of coffee, whatever it is you want, and we will talk fishing, talk about the great morning we had, and of course, we've got some charter openings. You want to sign up for a charter, you can sign up with me or just have a great time over there at Scholb's in Long Beach on 4th Street. That'll start at 11:30 and probably rage on until the late afternoon when I have to take a nap because I'm getting old. Just kidding. So who knows how long it'll go. You can make both. You can make one. It'll just be great to see you all there. No question about that. All right, we have this weather window right now, but it is forecast to get breezy. Remember, forecast. It's not etched in stone. We'll keep our eyes on it all very, very closely for you. And once again, more great Friedman Adventures podcasts in the next couple of days. Carl Olson, you're going to love Carl. Great gentleman, and he goes back in time to talk about working deck as a 12-year-old. Talks about that really traumatic experience of losing a friend on a long-range boat. And of course, if you didn't see Darren last night, Darren Dohe, 310 Rodworks. What a great presentation he gave. All right, my friends, always good to be with you. Thanks for all your support for Friedman Adventures. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to Friedman Adventures on YouTube. And don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I wish you all a wonderful day and hope to see you soon.